Welcome to FBB Forum. I'm very pleased to welcome the beautiful IFBB Pro Figure athlete Angela Pelligrino to the podcast. Angela earned her pro card last year at the Masters Nationals, and she lives in South Carolina with her fiance and works as a hairstylist. Angela also recently started a great new podcast called Muscle and Muse with the amazing figure pro Heather Tillery, who I interviewed just last week. So stay tuned to find out where Angela will make her debut, or kind of an idea of that.
hmm
And welcome, Angela. It's really nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're welcome. Thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I wanted to ask you in terms of how you got started in bodybuilding, and I was wondering if you had an athletic or a sports background before you started.
Actually, not as a kid at all. I mean, a little bit, softball, volleyball in middle school, and then um, always had like a very strong work ethic. That's where it started. I actually was very overweight for a time in my late 20s and then leading into my 30s. And
Hmm?
then I actually lost a substantial amount of weight and just started getting into weight training during that time.
Okay.
And then we actually I got into CrossFit when that was like kind of like in the, let's see, around like 2010 at like the height popularity. We ended up opening a CrossFit gym.
Oh, really?
So
Oh,
yeah, so I owned a CrossFit gym for 7 years. I became a CrossFit coach there, and that was like my true introduction to like strength training, a barbell. Um, and I loved it. I loved the CrossFit community. I got to go to the CrossFit Games. I I really fell in love with like that, and that's where I kind of found my confidence. But after a few years, like I started to, see some injuries, and here I was like in my 30s now competing with like 20-year-olds doing like things I probably shouldn't be high intensity, like deadlifts for time and squats for time. And so I started to have
mhm.
injuries here and there. And I actually went to the Arnold, probably like the fifth year that we owned the CrossFit gym. A friend of mine was competing there.
Okay.
And I absolutely loved it. Like I was just sitting in the audience watching the bodybuilders compete, and I especially like figure, I was enamored. And I actually reached out to, at that time, our CrossFit gym, RP Strength, Dr. Mike Israetel and Jared Feather and all them, they were
Yeah.
very involved in CrossFit at that time. And we were utilizing a lot of RP Strength um, in our coaching of our CrossFit gym. So I
Okay.
was familiar with Jared Feather, and he was like their bodybuilder guy at the time.
Yeah.
He wasn't even a pro yet, but he was at that Arnold. And so I just reached out to him after that and just said like, "Hey, am I too old to do this? Like, is this something that I could do?" And he
Hmm.
was like, "Fuck no." He was, "Oh, can I say that?"
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That's fine. Yeah. I know.
uh, he was like, yeah, no, definitely, you're never too old." He was like, "We can do this." And then so he became my first coach for 2 years. And I
Wow.
did, I think like maybe 4 shows with him as my coach, 3 or 4 shows. Um, and
Great.
just,
Yeah.
continued from there.
What year was your first show?
That was 2017.
Oh, 2017. Oh, very
Yep.
cool.
And
Yeah.
right around that same time is kind of when we were closing our CrossFit gym. And I just felt like too physically, like I never really felt like I was training at that time, like usually 6 days a week, like very intensely. And I never really felt like my physique represented like how hard I trained in the gym.
Mm,
And that was
yeah.
always kind of frustrating. Um, and I really just started to transition to more to like loving to build a physique more so than like needing to be so strong. So
Yeah. I found the CrossFit games interesting to watch on TV, and the ladies, they're pretty big. I mean, they're pretty muscular there. Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, I definitely had a very CrossFit-esque physique at that time. I mean,
Yeah.
Camille LeBlanc, Bazinet, I think was her name, and she's out of
Oh,
CrossFit now, but she won the CrossFit Games the year we went, and that was just like a wonderful experience too to go to those,
yeah.
because that was really like the first time you saw like women being like strong like that, like with six pack abs and
Mhm.
just lifting. crazy amounts of weight, and it was just the energy there, being in that at the height of CrossFit and being in that same environment with all the like-minded people. It was kind of like, our Olympia at that. It's similar to going to the Olympia. It's,
Yeah.
great energy.
Plus, I think it was cool. It was on TV too. It's been a while since bodybuilding's actually been on TV. So,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
no, that's cool. It was hard to watch it sometimes because I was worried about injuries because you're doing these deadlifts and everything so fast, and it's just like it seems like you're really injury prone.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of like the hard part. And even in hindsight now, I'm like, at the time, you've drank the Kool-Aid, so you don't see any of that. But like in hindsight now, I'm just like, oh my God, so many things happened and people could have gotten really hurt. And
Yeah.
um, yeah, I don't know that I actually agree with like cycling a barbell for time now, but
Yeah, I
I don't
know.
even want to do deadlifts without a clock, let alone, how many I can do in 60 seconds. So,
Yeah, it's amazing what they do, but it's like it's hard to
mhm.
watch it sometimes.
It was fun though, man. It was fun. It was so fun to have those workouts that you were just like, we had at our gym, we had something called Red Fridays, where so in CrossFit, they have hero workouts of the day or hero WODs. And they have female named WODs. So they're like the standard. So they have like the set workout that you do and you do it for time or for reps or whatever, and then you try to beat that every time you do it. So the
Mhm.
hero WODs were named all after like fallen soldiers. So every Friday we would wear red and dedicate our workout to one of the hero WODs. And they're
Oh,
known for, they're infamous because they're known for being like the most grueling, the scariest workouts. But so you knew like every Friday you were going and it's just like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Like, am I going to be able to do this? Because they're very,
mhm.
that's some pretty freaking hard workouts, and you really are pushing yourself to your limits. So I think it
Yeah,
was, even though I wouldn't do that again, I definitely think that it taught me a lot about myself, about strength, and just like really what I was
yeah,
truly capable of. Because there are so many times I was like, yeah, I'm never going to be able to freaking do this, or like, I always when I first started working out, I was like, there's no way I could ever do one pull up, and I would just like admire the girls that could do pull ups, and then eventually I
yeah.
got to the point where I could string together like 50 pull ups.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
so you just seeing that progression of strength in yourself is definitely like a great experience.
That's good background or good kind of base for bodybuilding
Hmm.
too, I'm sure. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. It requires you pushing yourself on a different, obviously in a different platform and in a different way, but I would
Yeah.
say there's still a psychological element to the pushing yourself in CrossFit, but definitely, it's a lot more mental in bodybuilding with the dieting and you know,
Yeah. Is it rhabdo that you have to worry about in CrossFit?
yep,
Yeah.
rhabdo. Sure is. We had a couple athletes have rhabdo, so it's no joke. You definitely have to. I even think that I had like maybe a minor case of rhabdo once or twice.
Really?
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's pretty common because of just, it is an exercise induced illness. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
and
you
you have a
know.
lot of people coming to CrossFit very out of shape. And that's, typically when rhabdo happens is when you are like very, very stagnant and you go to doing extreme, high intensity in a short period of time. So
I see.
unfortunately, it can't happen.
That's not good. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I was curious, do you have a fitness role model or anybody you really look up to in bodybuilding?
Yeah, gosh. Well, of course, Sid. I mean, she's just like, Queen Mother.
Yeah.
So of course, Sid. Um, my friend Lynn, I don't know if Lynn was ever on I want to make sure I pronounce her last name right.
Yeah.
Um, my friend Lynn is the one who I saw compete oh, my dog just jumped up here. I'm sorry. Oh my God, her butt is
Oh
on.
no, it's okay.
Oh my
No,
gosh,
it's
Lily, Lily, get down.
it's cute.
Um,
Cute dog.
Thank you. Um, So my friend Lynn Santino, I saw her, she won the Arnold when Figure was still at the Arnold.
Okay.
And I saw her compete there and I just thought she was like the baddest thing ever. Like again, her shape, her structure, like watching her win. And I just was like, she's the first picture that I sent to Jared. And I was like, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
Um, and she lives in North Carolina. And it just so happened, so I had done like maybe one show at that point. I was like baby bodybuilder. And one day I was working out at Planet Fitness in Myrtle Beach. I was doing cardio and I saw her walk past and go into the locker room. And her husband was like outside the locker room. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I fangirled so hard. I said, I'm really sorry. I was like, is her name Lynn? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, like she is my idol. Like I
Oh,
just think she's
yeah.
the baddest. I saw her win the Arnold. And he's like, you should tell her. And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, no, she'll love it. So
That's
she came
awesome.
out and I fangirled so hard and I was like, Lynn. Um, and she was so sweet. She took a selfie with me and just encouraged me. And then we just became friends after that. And we've stayed in touch and like watched her journey. And, she's
Nice.
also a master's athlete. And that was, very encouraging to me too, is that, she was doing this at a little bit of an older age. And it was kind of proving like, we're defined by our habits, not our age. And
Yeah.
that's, I think, a big part of what stood out for me about Lynn too, is just how incredible she was and that there was no limit. And she's actually a teammate now. She started working with Justin, I think last year, I want to say.
Okay.
Um, and
Great.
so that it was really cool when she started working with Justin. It became like full circle moment of us, you know, so for me being her little fangirl to both being figure pros on the same team has been really cool.
That's terrific. I
Yeah,
haven't interviewed her, but I'd like to. Yeah, I know she's really awesome.
fantastic. She's so
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
You
such a hard
mentioned
worker. She owns I think, a gym in North Carolina now too, and she's just great.
that's terrific. Yeah. You mentioned Justin. Which Justin are you working with?
Justin Jacoby has been my coach for 2 years,
Oh, cool.
and I'm not like technically on his plan right now, just because my focus right now is, a little bit. I've kind of switched gears a little bit to focus on professional, my professional life,
Uh-huh.
um, and mainly just getting back to a place where I can focus on bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But of course, Justin is always a great friend, and I just appreciate and value him so much. And he is my fiance's coach too, so
Oh,
um,
cool.
I just do think
Yeah.
he is one of the best.
Yeah, he's a great coach, I know. And
Hmm.
I did see him in Tampa and at Hurricane Pro. I think he had athletes at both places competing. So yeah.
Hmm.
No,
Yeah,
and I've interviewed several of his athletes. Yeah, he is a good coach, I think. So
yeah, he is. He
yeah.
really, really is. He's definitely uh he really genuinely cares about his athletes, and that I feel is what sets him apart from a
Hmm.
lot of coaches in this business is, he wants to see you win, if as much, if not more, that you want to win, and that is huge.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good coach. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And very
that's
attentive, very, very attentive.
nice. That's terrific.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, Now I was curious when you first started competing, was it tough for you to get up on stage in a bikini for the first time? Was it nerve-wracking for you or
No,
no?
mm-mm. I never even, I honestly, that was not one thing that even bothered me or crossed my mind. I knew that that was part of it, and I guess because I mean, I have 3 kids. I was a little bit older the first time I competed. I was 36 or 37. So
Okay.
like, I think that maturity level just, maybe I'm a pretty confident person. So
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
that ever really crossed my mind.
Do you get nervous on stage at all these days or
I
no?
mean, yes, you do. I mean, nerves like physically manifest, and I think you're not normal. You want to do well, so I think if you're not nervous to a certain degree, um maybe you don't care as much. I don't know. I So no, I mean, yes, yes and no. You get nervous, like physically you get a little bit nervous, but also more just like excited and ready to do this. And
Hmm.
one thing that especially for my when I won my pro card last year and for this year, and I think this makes a world of difference in nerves, is practicing your posing. Like I did hire Christina
Oh,
Mendoza, Casey Center Stage, and worked
yeah.
a lot with her. I started in my off season before I started with her, I think in December or January and didn't compete until July. Uh, and then have stayed working with her all along. And that just, that's a game changer. And I practiced every single day, like every day
That's
without
great.
fail. Like there was not a day that I did not practice for at least a little bit. And that definitely calms the nerves because you're prepared.
Yeah. And she's a really good coach too. She's one of the best posing coaches for
She
sure.
really is. She's
Yeah.
wonderful. Wonderful. Again, so caring and attentive coach. Um,
Hmm.
so just completely blessed to have her and I really I know I did the hard work and I did what needed to be done, but I don't think that I would have won my pro card without her and without Justin. So
Oh, that's terrific. No, I totally
yeah.
understand that. It's kind of fun when Christina's competing and Joey's in the audience and yelling for her. It's just
Yeah.
he's so passionate, yelling for her and stuff. It's cute.
Yeah. It really, really is. Yep.
Yeah. And I know she's moving to wellness, which is kind of interesting, but I think she's going to do really well in wellness.
Oh my gosh. I've always just felt like she just like her, just her energy and her vibes and how she moves, like it's just I don't know. I think it's like a no-brainer that she's in wellness and her
Yeah,
femininity, she's so beautiful and I have no doubt she's gonna do extremely well in wellness, Pretty much I think any that woman can do anything she sets her mind to. So
I agree with you. Yeah, I think she might. I think she'll be wellness Olympia champ, so yeah. Now, in terms of earning your pro card last year at Masters Nationals, what was your experience like at that show? I bet it was thrilling to
wonderful.
earn your pro card, huh?
Yeah, I mean that of course that was like
Hmm.
I couldn't believe it, but I knew I knew my conditioning was probably going to beat everyone. I mean, I'm not, we were able to get me and pretty crazy lean. Even I'm definitely on the smaller side for athletes. My stage weight, I think, was like 121.
Wow.
And so I'm on the smaller side and at 5'4". Um, but I knew that a lot of women cannot achieve the level of conditioning that I was able to achieve.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
I knew that was gonna, and then we had a perfect peak to, be able to fill up what muscle I did have and still have that, crazy condition. So I I had a what's the word I'm looking for? Like I was confident, but not overly confident, because I know
Mhm.
the thing about masters is like, a lot of people think, oh, it's like easier, whatever. And what people don't really understand is that these women, most of them have been competing now for, 10, 15 years in some cases
Yeah.
in the over 40 category, maybe even
Mhm.
longer. They've been gassed up that long and they have a lot of time to develop confidence, muscle maturity, muscle density.
Mhm.
And they know they're in it to win it. They're there to do the damn thing. Many of them have competed. By the time you get to Masters Nationals, a lot of you've also competed many, many times. So they're hungry.
Yeah.
We have a
Yeah.
developed work ethic. So these are not like easy competitors you're going against.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But no, it was a wonderful experience. I think, I just, there's a sisterhood amongst figure competitors that I just absolutely love and adore. And
Mhm.
it was the same backstage, you're just in awe and you're so inspired, especially knowing that all of these women are 35 up to like 70, I think.
Yeah.
And, just so gorgeous and muscular and strong and just all super kind, wonderful.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to say with Masters Olympia this year, I almost felt like that was better show than the Olympia because the Masters Olympia women are just so amazing, and they're and
They
like you
really,
said,
really are. I felt like the backdrop there was not good though, and the pictures were
oh
not good. Like that
no,
was the only thing I was just like, dang, spend some more money on this show.
well, it was just too bright, and it was just in some cases,
The quality of the pictures was absolutely ridiculous. Like I did not even
yeah.
know what happened there, but I don't know.
One, I forget the guy's name. I think he's Nick's strength and training, but he's really critical of the backdrops that are really
Mm-hmm.
electronic and busy. But he pointed out that it was supposed to look like a Japanese flag with like this burgundy brownish red in the middle, but with the people with the tan, kind of blended in with it.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to see them. So yeah,
Yep.
I hate those busy electronic backdrops like that. They need to
Yeah.
just get rid of those. And
Uh,
they're somewhat persistent, unfortunately, in the Olympia and other places. And yeah, I don't like it at all. It really
mm-hmm.
detracts from the athletes. And so yeah, I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was impressed with the quality of the athletes at Masters Olympia. And they
Yep.
had figure ladies got to do a pose down, so that was cool too. So.
Yep, it was really cool. And then, I mean, some of our top competitors, look at Jessica Patia and, some of these top competitors, vying for that top spot and figure are masters athletes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, um, that it's definitely not, it's a goal, to get to that point. I think I have it in me to do it. I really, really do. Um,
Yeah.
I just, you know, it's an expensive hobby, and that's what it's always going to be. As a fee,
Yeah.
that's, just a big part of this is like, and it's not really discussed I mean, I think people know competing is expensive, but I don't think people realize like how expensive and it just gets it probably gets more expensive as a pro because typically you want to do more than one show.
Yeah.
Um,
That's true.
and you know, even if you win a show, you're not even like let's take Prague, our figure winner in Prague won $3,000.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
that's I don't know how much a flight to Prague is, but I'm guessing it's around $3,000. So,
Yeah. It doesn't
you're
cover.
lucky if you're covering your expenses just to get to the shows, even if you win.
Yeah, you're
So,
right. Yeah.
yeah, so I would love to get to that point at some, but I have to that business comes first. You gotta make the money to be able to support that life. So
What's your age now?
I'm 44.
44. Oh, so you could do
Hmm.
40 plus
Yeah,
and
well, it's looking like my next one's gonna be 45 and over. So
okay. Oh, cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If they have, I
Um,
mean, most shows I think have a 40 and 45. I don't, it depends on the show. I think some of them are just 40 and up, and I think then some of them do have a 45 plus. So
some of them do. Yeah, they
yeah.
do. Yeah.
Hmm.
But 40
We'll
plus
see.
qualifies you for Masters Olympia, so that's the one to go up for.
And
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And, and then if you qualify like next year, so then you would have like a whole nother year to
Yeah,
get
that's
even ready.
true. Yeah,
Hmm.
you have plenty of time. Yeah. I just wonder like they keep switching continents, so I'm wondering if the next continent is my guess is like either Africa or South America because
I'd say South America is what I would say.
yeah, Brazil. Yeah, Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah, it makes sense, I think, because bodybuilding is so popular there too. And yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I was suspecting too. And at least we'd be almost on the t same time zone, so make it a little bit easier for the athletes that way. So if I'm
Exactly.
doing
Although I do think Japan was pretty cool. It was Tokyo. Was it Tokyo where the last one
yeah,
was?
Tokyo,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a pretty cool location. A lot of my friends were over there, and so I got to like watch their stories and see their adventures and
yeah, but
pretty neat experience.
kind of expensive though too. So that's why I was thinking Brazil probably would be a little better money wise, I think, cheap.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Um, so I was wondering, do you know where you hope to compete for your pro debut, or do you have an idea yet?
I really don't. I mean, uh I would have truthfully loved to do Rising Phoenix. I still, the Masters World Championship definitely still, is an option. I would love that to be like a starter show, and then Rising Phoenix is not that long after that. I've always heard just wonderful things about Rising Phoenix and it being like such a family oriented show, and a lot of my
Yeah.
friends do that one. So um, it would have to be again at the ender part of last next year. So
Okay. Yeah.
uh, that would be probably the goal, but we'll see. Like I said, I have to really focus on my business. I own a salon in Myrtle Beach, which is why we're going back there. So, um,
Yeah.
and Corey is competing. He was supposed to do nationals. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to. He had to end his prep for now too. He had to put a pause on his prep.
Okay.
So, it's very important for him to, compete next year and get his pro card. So I really enjoy supporting him and helping him through that journey. So we'll see. We're kind of taking it little by little.
Yeah, before we started recording, you mentioned about you have a long commute to get to your salon in Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's 2.5 hours depending on traffic. So one way.
One way,
So
yeah. Oh my
one way.
God.
So sometimes
Yeah.
it's 2.5 to get home to. So between 4 and 5 hour commute. And I do that 3 times a week right now, sometimes four.
Okay.
Um, but
Yeah.
between 3 and 4 times a week. So hopefully by January we won't be doing that anymore. And I can really focus on, I'd like even having a proper training schedule with that commute is extremely difficult. So,
Yeah, I gotcha. I had
mhm.
a dumb idea for renting out salons at night, and it would be like Airbnb, but it would be hair B&B, you know. So you
Oh,
just
and but who would do the hair?
no, you just sleep in the chair overnight. You don't get your hair.
Oh, gotcha. I just don't think it would be that comfortable, you know? Trust me, I have considered sleeping at my salon before when I did not want to drive that two and a
Yeah.
half hours home. Rest assured, and I'm just like, nah, can't do it.
No. Yeah, I understand.
I just
No,
can't do it.
there might be some hair salon, enthusiasts out there that want to stay overnight.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Something to consider. My business partner in the hair salon actually owns a bunch of Airbnbs, so I'll run that by her.
Hair B&Bs. Yeah,
I'm like, see,
there's a
it's a
market.
great play on words for sure. If you can find a way to make it work.
Yeah. Like the when you get the shampoo done, you're almost kind of laying back, so you could just sleep that
I
way.
hate those bozos. They are not that comfortable, sadly. No, those things like feel like you're going to have a stroke after 5 minutes. It's not great.
No,
No.
I'm teasing.
Yeah.
Oh man. Now I was curious, have you sought out any feedback from judges on where to improve your physique or your presentation?
Yeah, we had some, they were great with feedbacks. Sandy, who is always like wonderful with feedback, she always stays and
Yeah.
comes backstage to give a great feedback. And of course, it's bringing up my uh just more muscularity overall, specifically like my delts, my upper glutes, and more density to my back.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, those were are and that was no surprise to me at all. Of course, so we know that that's where I really need to spend more time, and we've done that already. Kind of leading into this off season is spending more time, um, doing shoulders twice, taking out one of my leg days because I was doing legs. So now I've kind of just added a little bit more volume to my upper body days.
Okay.
Um, but again, like my training can't really be as focused as it needs to be until we're back and I'm living and working in the same city. So um
Yeah. You had mentioned earlier that that's why you kind of postponed your pro debut, right? Because it was just really hard
right.
for you to do
It was
that.
just so yeah, my body was just not loving it. I was dealing
Yeah.
with like a lot of low back pain and my body just was not responding the way that it did the year before.
Yeah.
I was steadily losing weight, but I just was not looking as lean.
Sure.
And that of course was playing like mind games with me because I'm like, what the hell? It's a blessing and a curse when you're able to achieve that wacky level of conditioning, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, but then of course that sets a standard in your mind, and anything less than, that crazy low body fat is like not good enough.
Yeah.
And that was something that I was, really constantly like we were like 2 or 3 weeks out and my legs still had not completely come in and that was not the case the year before and I'm just like what the hell.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of that was like I would go from standing 10 to 12 hours a day to then sitting 4.5 5 hours in the car.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I was getting a lot of like fluid retention in my legs,
Mm-hmm.
constantly having to do ice baths to get some of that inflammation down, and my body just was like, okay, lady, like enough is enough. So
Yeah. I understand. Yeah.
mhm,
You must listen to a lot of podcasts or something while you're driving.
I do a
Yeah.
lot. Well, that's kind of how I started getting into peptides. I've always been like fascinated by peptides.
Yeah.
And then that was one of the things I kind of got a topic that I went down a rabbit hole on, and I just like basically devoured every bit of information on peptides that I possibly could.
Okay.
And I would tell Corey like, look, we need to like really look at like peptides are the way. Like they are going to be revolutionizing like everything pretty much. I
Yeah.
think, and it's even in bodybuilding, like I think we're going to see more and more prep coaches like really utilizing more peptides, less anabolics, less fat burners. I think
Hmm.
it's already happening. Um, and so
Hmm.
peptides was a big, I spent a lot of time learning. I still do. I like to, like, I love listening to podcasts. I love listening to uh, books on tapes and stuff like that, or, books and listening to books.
Actually, I tell ladies to listen to this podcast while they're like doing cardio or driving or so whatever, because it's just you can just listen in. You don't necessarily need to walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so many. That's how, like, my friend down here has a podcast, the Physique Forum, and I would say that's like how I would need them to have an episode out so I could watch it or listen to it while I was doing my cardio. I was like,
Yeah.
I'd feel like my gal pals are doing cardio with me. So,
Yeah, that's true.
uh-huh.
Um, while we're talking about the podcast, how did that get started? How did you and Heather connect one
Heather
day?
just, yeah, Heather just posted, does anyone want to do a podcast with me? And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Like, and we right away were like, okay, we obviously we have the same passion for bodybuilding, for figure. We, Heather was a friend of mine through, I've been using Morph and she's helped me with peptides and other variant things for years now.
Okay.
So we knew we both would like love that. We both, have so much in common on the working, like I said, and working full time. And we're both, Christian women that our faith is like super important to us. And
Yeah.
just tons of, I would say like also like pretty girly girls. I think Heather may exceed me like a little bit in that now, but um,
Uh-huh.
just a lot. We have a very similar perspectives on things. So I think it was just a very natural fit, and I've really, really enjoyed it so far.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't like, I wouldn't say we've had a couple of like very peptide specific topics, but in general, it's just so easy because like it's just like talking to one of my good friends, and we're
Yeah.
really excited for having some guests on and talking more about, the things that we love and have in common. So,
And it's called Muscle and Muse.
hmm
I'll make sure to include a link too for people who want to check it out.
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
No, I like the kind of banter with you guys. I think it's good and it is educational too. I think y'all do a nice job with it. It's only been a few
Thank
weeks,
you.
right?
Yeah, I think we've done 4 weeks now. So I think next week will be our fifth episode. Yeah. So we're just kind of getting started, and like I said, I'm really excited to have a few guests on. And Christina Mendoza is actually going to be on
Oh,
next
congratulations.
week, the 4th, I think. Yeah. Um, and of course, we both used her for she's our posing coach for both of us and a good friend to both of us. So
Oh
very,
yeah.
very excited to have her on. And I just can't think of a better person that you'd want to have as your first guest. So.
Oh yeah. Get her to do a collab on that because that'll really
Mhm.
boost your watchers too. So and subscribers.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
she's so popular. So that's terrific. That's great news.
Yeah, it is.
Um, I was curious, what do you think is your best muscle group, and what do you think is the muscle group you need the most improvement on?
My quads are probably my best muscle group. And I got pretty good hamstrings too. So,
Yeah.
I got pretty good hamstrings. I'm pretty happy with where both, I don't know why my quads and my hamstrings. My glutes improved a lot. Like I feel like I actually have like bodybuilder glutes now. They just need
Okay.
to be bigger. And especially now with what glutes look like in figure, like I don't know what happened in the last like year and a half. Like all of a sudden figure girls decided we were gonna have big glutes. I don't know.
Yeah.
All these girls have like very developed glutes now.
That's true.
Um,
Yeah, you're right.
so my glutes and my obviously my delts, my shoulder, all of them, the whole shoulder, front, top, and rear, they all need work. So that's just like the never-ending quest of building delts. Like in a
Yeah.
normal world, I think for a size woman I have pretty good shoulders compared
Mhm.
to other figure pros.
I think
They're
so
not
too.
good. So we got to
No,
work on those.
no, that's cool. Yeah. No, I think you have a good balanced physique though,
Thank
honestly.
you.
And
It's always been, my pressing, even when I was doing CrossFit, like my pressing has always been a weaker. movement for me. And it's just like that never ending quest of just, trying to build the muscle and the strength there. It's just like genetically, it's like ugh, it is a real fight in the shoulders.
Shoulder press. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And just growing that tissue. My shoulders are just they're lagging. Um, so just gonna take more time.
I was curious, like, what do you think would be at your height with your ideal stage weight? Because you mentioned 121, I think, for.
Yeah, I was 121. Like I actually think we could have even filled me out a bit more even then. Like I still think I'm always gonna have to pull down like pretty low to get the level of conditioning that I need to get. And I don't see, first of all, I don't want to have a big girl off season again. Like my last off season, I think we got up to like 154. And
Hmm.
that was pretty uncomfortable for
Oh,
me.
yeah. Okay.
Um, I just didn't love my shape at that point, and
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
tough because you have to walk around in that body, and
Yeah, I understand.
I'm just not prepared to push that far, nor do I think that I need to,
Okay.
in
Yeah.
another off season. So I don't know. I would say maybe, I mean, if I was 125 on stage, I would consider that like pretty big win.
Yeah.
But
Big.
I got down to 120 this prep as well. I think maybe even 119.
Okay.
And I was not as conditioned as I was the year before.
Oh,
So
really?
that was
Okay.
like a little
Oh,
concerning.
yeah.
Um, I don't feel like I lost muscle tissue though. Like when we're looking at my actual, comparison pictures, like it's not like my legs left me or anything like that. It's just, your body is a very wild and interesting place. So,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know. It can be challenging and what you guys do,
mhm.
that's amazing. Just the transformation you go within the course of a year, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, I was curious, what would you say is the most challenging aspect of prep for you?
Uh, well, the training aspect, the diet thing is not, I'm not like a hugely food motivated person. So I don't,
Okay.
I, even now, like I don't, my off season, I eat the same foods every day. And I'm kind of like, even for my cheat meal, I eat the same thing for my cheat meal. So I'm not like a crazy food person. So that part doesn't really, I actually prefer less food.
Okay.
Um, so the training though, especially when you have to work and you have a physical job, and you're still trying to keep that intensity up, like that is by far the hardest thing for me. I think if I didn't have to work a physical job where you're on your feet for the majority of the day, that
Yeah,
would be
that's
a
tough.
different story. But, a lot of my work days, the next day, I feel like I was hit by a butt. Like I feel like I had an intense training session the day after. Like I need to recover. So I would use my work days as my rest days from the gym
Oh, I see.
and
Yeah.
then train on my days off from the salon.
Uh-huh.
But I never felt like I was ever getting like a real rest day because
Okay.
my salon days, I was getting like 17,000 steps, on my
Wow.
feet 10, 12 hours, and my body is that's maintaining a training schedule, an intense training schedule, pro level training schedule. It's just more props to all the people that do it. Like that's why I'm like Tessa. I know firsthand what that feels like.
Mhm.
So that's why I think I just admire her even more because
She's a
it's that
nurse. Yeah.
shit's like it is tough, especially when you are in your 40s, mid 40s. Like
Yeah.
yeah, very very tough.
I know. Yeah, I know she's a nurse, and those
Right.
those
In
are hard
healthcare,
too.
and in her, she's a in-house nurse or whatever. So she's traveling in her vehicle quite a bit as well right
Oh, I
now, spending
see.
a
Yeah.
lot of time
Yeah.
in a car as well. And then just the demands of that, physical job with high intensity training is a lot.
That's a tough. I know. That is really
Mhm.
tough. Yeah. Ideally,
But
you could win the
can be
lottery, but
done.
not have to work. That'd be kind of nice. Win the lottery would be good.
I mean, when I see, yeah, I mean, I see some girls this season, especially like doing like 4, 5, 6, 7 shows, and I'm like, I don't know if they're independently wealthy. I don't,
Yeah.
maybe they're doing muscle worship. I don't know. More power to them. Selling their socks. You know, If I could, I probably would. Because
Those are
yeah,
selling underwear.
this, oh yeah, this sport just doesn't, of all sports, this one to do with this hobby to do with a very physical professional life is pretty challenging. So if
Yeah.
you get an opportunity to be able to work from home or, you have somebody who is financially helping you or supporting you, like it's wonderful. I mean, it's definitely going to set you up for more success.
Yeah, no, I know. Actually, I know Heather works from home and then
Yep, she just started working from home, which
I
is going to be a remarkable for her training over the next year. I mean, it's going to be a game changer.
I interviewed a nurse, Christine Ware, yesterday who works from home too. And
Christine is my good friend.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
did you
she's
know she was my
awesome.
friend? Yeah,
No,
so
she's awesome. Yeah.
last year we did the same show and both won our she was of course in bodybuilder and I was in figure and we had talked before the show. And so then we both won that show and then we both went on to do Masters Nationals and won that year and we've just stayed good friends as well and I just just another badass of a woman.
Yeah, she's
Uh
awesome. I like her. She's got a good
yeah,
sense of
I have to give
humor
her a shout out. Hey Christine.
too.
We
Yeah.
were actually just talking on Instagram a few minutes ago. We were
Oh
talking
really?
about nursing and mathing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
No, she's really cool. I like her. Yeah, and it was fun
She is so
speaking with
funny. She just keeps me
her.
she's friggin' I tell her all the time, like my fiance and her are so similar. Like it makes complete sense that like I vibe with her
Yeah.
because they're both have no filter and are completely unhinged. And I just love it about both of them. So
Uh-huh. I like that. She talked about
yeah.
that no filter, and it was funny speaking with her. I liked it. Yeah.
She's great. I just love no bullshit people. Like you just get what you get and
Yeah,
you know, um I love it. So she's great.
I do too. Yeah, I like her too.
I forgot that she was just on. I commented on your post of her, but I forgot that she was just on. She's great.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah, I got
yeah,
to
yeah.
meet her in Tampa. And just spoke with her briefly there, but I wanted to do a long format interview with her. So
She
yeah,
had an incredible season this last season. So many shows and she looked
yeah,
amazing. She did so, so good. So very
yeah,
proud of her, watching her. I was kind of living vicariously through her since I wasn't able to. Of course, that was one of the reasons that I wanted to do Masters Nationals is, she was going to be doing that one as well. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, it was so great to do that one with her again. And
That's
um,
awesome.
I'm sure there'll be other shows for us in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sure you'll get to compete
Hmm.
together. Yeah, again, yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here. Um, I was curious in terms of working as a hairstylist, how long have you worked in that profession? And I was curious if you ever do hair for the athletes, like at the shows and that kind of thing, or at bodybuilding athletes?
I have been doing hair since I was 15 years old. It is all I have ever wanted to do. I
Really?
started working in a hair salon as an assistant when I was 15, and I graduated when I was 18 with my cosmo. I went to beauty school while I was in high school and
Okay.
graduated with my license and went to work right away in a salon. And so this is my 26th year of doing hair.
Wow.
And I've owned my salon for 10 years.
Okay. Nice.
And I absolutely love it. I think it is the best profession in the world. To be honest with you, I get excited to go to work, even though I have that long ass commute. I still love going there. I love seeing my clients. It's a privilege and an honor to do what I do, and I just think it's so freaking fun. I love it. Um,
That's
I
great.
have, I think only once, maybe twice. Oh no, twice. I have my friend Wendy. I did her hair for her show, and then I think you might have interviewed my friend Jess Falborn. Has she
Oh
been on
yeah.
here?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I like
So
her a lot.
Jess, is my good friend and teammate at Justin's team, and I got to do her hair for her pro debut at the New York Pro.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
and
Yeah.
that was just I adored. That was my actually it was on my birthday, and it was just she looked so beautiful. That was I mean I'm not just saying that because I did the hair. Like her whole look and her vibe and just the Tina Turner music, and it was just I loved it. I
Oh
was like, this
yeah.
is so. I got chills when she came up, and I loved being able to do her hair that morning. It was really great moment. I will really honor. I will. It's like a core memory for me being there with Jess that morning.
That's awesome. Yeah, she's one of my
Hmm.
favorites, and I was pleased that she's going to switch to women's bodybuilding too. I think
Yeah.
that's great.
I
Yeah.
think that was sort of inevitable, to tell you the truth. I kind of
Yeah.
saw that one coming in. I know that she went back and forth for a while on whether to do that or not, but
Yeah.
she's just she's another one that I really admire. We lived in New Jersey for a little while and went to Signature Fitness, and she was, the first woman that I noticed at Signature Fitness. And I literally never do this, but I walked up to her and I was like, "Look, I just got to tell you, like, you have an incredible physique. Like,
Yeah.
you are goals on goals." And she's also so feminine still, and that I just really admired that she still had that, great muscularity, but very feminine and beautiful. And I said, "Who's your coach?" And she said, "Justin Jacoby." And I was like, at that point, I had literally just hired. I didn't even know that he was her coach.
Oh,
It,
I
it
see.
was just, it
Uh-huh.
just happened.
Yeah.
That we ended up being with Justin.
Uh-huh.
And that was, it was actually awesome. But then she became like Justin's assistant coach. And like, I never felt like I could ever, even if I wanted to kind of slack in the gym, like, I always knew Jess's eyes were somewhere in that gym, and I was like, I will never go half-ass, especially with Jess around. Like, I always
Yeah.
felt like her watchful eyes around me, like, where's Jess? Like, I knew I always had to go hard when she was there, and especially she was reporting back to Justin, so I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I just always wanted to impress her, and I was very lucky. I had two, oh no, three or four other female competitors at that gym at Signature Fitness, and that was just also a big part of my journey of turning pro, is like having Jess, Amanda. What's Amanda's last name? She's a figure pro. She lives in Texas now. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad with last names. I think she might have been on your show too. But anyways, Amanda was there at the time.
Okay.
And my friend Agus, who's getting ready to compete this year.
Okay.
So just had really amazing examples of incredible bodybuilders around me that year. My friend Shay, who just did her pro debut this year, uh,
Oh,
she
oh,
competed a
Shay's
couple times.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a hairdresser too.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Are you
but
talking about,
She was at Signature Fitness all that year too.
I was thinking
Uh,
Amanda Almodovar.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah. She's beautiful. I like her a lot. Yeah. I have
Yeah,
interviewed
just
her, and
great examples for
Jess is
me.
one of my favorite. I just think she's gorgeous, and she's so sweet too. And I like the fact that she does, the interviews and the MC, and
Hmm.
she'll like kind of flex her bicep, while she's interviewing and stuff, kind of showing off a little bit.
And she was just such a great, we connected and vibed, pretty heavily from the beginning. And she just sort of, oh gosh, I get a little emotional when I talk about it, because I don't know if she even knows, or Amanda or Agus. Like, I was pretty lonely when we were in New Jersey, because we had just moved up there and I didn't have any other friends. And
Mhm.
I didn't really have any I mean, of course I had Lynn and like my friends online and stuff like that, examples, but like I never really trained or had like specific in-person role models of
Mhm.
female bodybuilders. And
Mhm.
Jess just took me right under her wing. She invited me to work out with them. We had a Galentine's at her house where we made um, flower arrangements, and we all ate our meal prep, because three of us were on prep at the time. And,
Oh, nice.
it just was so welcoming and so kind. And
That's
um,
sweet.
I was always able, it was very nice to have somebody that I could just like you run things by and train with and be pushed by. And so really, really always will have so much love for Jess and Amanda and Agus. Like, they just were very, very kind to me, and Shay, of course, too. I never got the chance to train with Shay at Signature, but her mom lives in Myrtle Beach. So
Okay.
hopefully at some point her and I will get to train together too.
That's terrific. Yeah. I
Hmm.
think of Jess as kind of like Justin's like dead mother. She's kind of,
Yeah, she's his
she,
assistant. She's an assistant coach, on that
yeah.
team. And definitely like she is the stage mom. So,
Yeah. Stage mom makes that. That's what I was thinking.
mhm.
Yeah, exactly. I
Well,
like
she's
that.
very nurturing, so that definitely, suits her.
Yeah.
But
She
she's
seems,
also, as in her own right, just like Justin, she's a phenomenal coach.
oh,
She is a
yeah.
phenomenal coach. So, just very, very lucky to have her on that role as well.
I agree. I think it was good for Justin to bring her on.
Hmm.
Now, your fiance Corey, what's his last name, by the way?
Smilak, Smialek.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Hmm.
And how long has he been competing in bodybuilding?
He's been competing just a little bit less than me, so I think this is his seventh year, I want to say. I think he started
Okay,
uh 2018-ish.
okay, very
Um,
cool.
yeah,
And he's seeking his pro card.
he is, and he looks. And again, I'm not just saying this. I'm not saying this. I think anybody would look at his pictures and agree with me. He looks absolutely phenomenal, and he
Nice.
started with first he was with Matt, and then when Matt transitioned out of coaching, he switched over to Justin, and of course he saw my experience with Justin and how attentive he was, and I just really pushed him into working with Justin as well too, and um, they've had they had a great show together and a great prep together last year. Decided to wait until this year to go for the pro card at nationals, just to even put on just even a little bit more size and bring the conditioning in further. And unfortunately, he has had a hernia that he's known about, and was kind of waiting until after nationals to get that repaired.
Hmm.
But the hernia did not want to wait anymore, and he kind of blew it out about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh no. Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately. So he's having surgery on that on November 17th.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's just a quick little, they're still keeping him very, very tight. And um, I don't know exactly what the plan is for next year. I think there was some mention of the USA's maybe.
Okay.
Hopefully spring. Um, I think he's going to recover wonderfully. And I actually think it's the timing, is going to be what it was supposed to have been. I think
Okay.
him and Justin were both disappointed that I think he was definitely a contender to win nationals. So
Okay. Yeah.
I think anybody would look at, I'm not just saying that as his fiance, like I think you would look at him and know that he's bringing some incredible shape and density and conditioning. But
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
very, very excited for him and so excited. I, the way Justin cares about his athletes, and he competed last December, and Justin came. It was in Port St. Lucie, just south of Fort Myers. It
Yeah,
was
he lives
the
in Port St. Lucie.
classic, the Mel, what's
Oh,
the
Mel
Mel?
Chancey.
Mel
Yeah, in
Chancey
Port
Classic in December. Yeah.
it's in Punta Gorda.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, that's where it was. And
Uh-huh.
Justin came, he was there for days in advance. He stayed the day after. He checked in, stayed in the room right next to us, checked in on him every 2 hours, had him come in and look at him. And like, I
Nice.
mean, I just had never seen attentiveness like that from any other coach. So,
That's
and
great.
then, Corey just looked absolutely insane. And like, I was so proud of him. So I'm really looking forward to seeing I've never seen another athlete with his level of dedication and commitment. I mean, the man is just, it's insane. I mean, he eats his meals at the exact same time every day. He does not miss nothing is prioritized above bodybuilding. Like he does not miss a meal. He does not miss a
Great.
workout. He does not miss a cardio. He does not go to bed. His steps are at 10,000 right now. If he has to pace around our bedroom until it hits 10,000, he does not get in bed. And he's the only one that would know. It's me and him. So he is just he is that committed. He will not veer off of his plan, not even one. He does not even season his food. He eats chicken, beef, rice is his plan.
Okay.
And he doesn't even switch out rice for cream of rice. He puts mustard on it, no other sauces. Like,
Okay.
I mean, he's
Wow.
like a freak of bodybuilding. So
That's great. That's really
yeah,
cool. I hope he'll
it
get his
is
pro
very
card.
inspiring. Yeah, very,
Um,
very inspiring.
that's
I
awesome.
I I truly believe that, and I would not, what open bodybuilders have to go through is like I respect all bodybuilders and of course I love figure, but them boys are putting themselves through some extra special stuff, to
Yeah.
achieve that and what they have to go through, especially in the off season and the size that they have to push. And these
Yeah.
boys are just getting bigger and bigger,
I
and
know.
what
Yeah.
they have to put their bodies through, the injuries, the aches and the pains that they have to deal with, the forcing of food.
Mhm.
I just don't think people realize like really what they put their bodies through to achieve that monster.
Uh-huh.
look, and I just have so much respect for, his love of it that he's willing to do that. And
That's
I see
awesome.
him, I see him as an Olympian one day. Like I don't know. I think he has the perfect combo of the genetics.
Hmm.
He's able to have the size with the small waist. He has the work ethic. He has the coach. He has the ability. He has me. So I just think it's a perfect setup for to make the Olympia one day. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's
That's
just a matter of
exciting.
time. Yeah.
Terrific. That's great. That's good. He's got a good support network too, like
Yeah.
that.
And I think Justin believes in him. And he's been working with Kenny Welsh, I think is how you say his last name.
Oh,
Obviously the opposing coach.
oh, Kenny Wallach. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wallach, yeah. Why was I saying Wallach? Kenny Wallach, yeah. And
Yeah,
he believes in him so strongly too. And yeah, I just think it's everything is a perfect setup for him to turn pro and hopefully to win pro shows one day.
terrific. That's great. Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Since we're running a little low on time, I was just gonna ask you one more quick question. You mentioned
Mm-hmm.
you have three kids.
Mm-hmm.
How old are your kids?
I have two. My sons are actually not kids; they are grown men. The
Okay.
oldest is 29,
Oh
and
wow. Okay.
he is married and has three children. My grandkids, I have a granddaughter, a 5-year-old grandson, and my third granddaughter is a year and a half old.
Wow. I
And then
wouldn't
my
have thought that'd
second,
be
yeah,
a grandma.
I had it, yeah, 44. I had him when I was 15 years old, and now he's 29 with
Wow. That's
married with three children, and they're doing wonderful. They live in Greenville now, and he's a paramedic. And then my other son is 25.
okay.
He's getting ready to get married in June of next year, and he uh both married to lovely women. But they're high school sweethearts, and they're just a blessing, both of them. And he's also
Great.
he's a fireman as well.
Hmm.
And then my little daughter is 13, and she is just everything. She's such a good girl. She's a gymnast and a cheerleader and a straight A student and just an absolute doll. So,
That's terrific. That's great. Yeah, I
yeah,
wouldn't have thought you were
very
a
blessed.
grandma.
I am a grandma. I'm a grandma. I'm a
There's
lovey, as we call it, a
you.
lovey.
That's
Yeah, but no, I'm
awesome.
very proud of them. They're him and his wife are doing very, very well, and they're raising like three really great kids. And
That's great.
as a just in life, you can really ask for anything more, That's have like three amazing kids and that
Yeah.
they're becoming contributing members of society themselves. And
Hmm.
it's just, I'm very proud of them.
What about how do they think, what do they think about your bodybuilding career? Are they supportive? Or are they like, eh?
I think my sons were both like, what the hell, like I don't know that, you know, they kind of get grief for having a younger mom as it is. And then I don't know that they necessarily understood it. I think that they both admire and respect it a lot.
Yeah.
um, Especially as they've gotten older and matured and kind of see, what it takes, the level of discipline. And my daughter loves it because, of course, that's now I've been doing this like more. I don't think she knows anything else now because we had
Yeah.
the CrossFit gym even when she was born. So,
Uh-huh.
and that's where we raised her in that CrossFit gym. And then, my fitness has always been a part of her life. And she's now an amazing athlete herself. So, she'll tell I really love watching her like blossom into an athlete too. It's really cool. She's like, Mommy, I want to have arms like yours or like your quads. And like her friends comment on, oh my God, your mom, like the hell, she doesn't skip leg day. And it's
Yeah.
pretty funny. It's cute though. I like seeing that they want to be athletic and strong.
That's terrific. That's great. Yeah.
Hmm.
Your kids come to your shows too to yell for you.
They have never been, none of them have been to any of my shows yet, but maybe they will because they've always been out of town,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
um, and usually, I got in the habit of going to them by myself and I kind of like it. I don't
Hmm.
know. I've never been one I'm very kind of like an independent person. I didn't
Hmm.
feel like lonely or that I needed like a stage mom or anything at any of them.
Okay.
I think my first show, I do not know why the heck I did this, but my first show was in Kansas City when I lived in South Carolina, and it was a
Hmm.
natural show. It was I think WMBF or what's the other natural organization? the
That's
OC or
good.
OCB. I can't remember,
OCW.
but I'm like, I look back, I'm like, what the hell? Why did I go to Kansas City? I have no idea. Uh, but I flew all the way out there by myself, did the show. But so I think that that kind of set the precedent for me feeling comfortable to do shows by myself.
Yeah,
Um,
I gotcha. Yeah.
and I wasn't in a relationship for the first few shows that I ever did. And so it
Uh-huh.
wasn't like I had like a spouse or a partner to go with me. And so I
Okay.
just I was always used to just going by myself. And then last year for we have a little dog and Corey, I can't remember why he didn't come to that one. Besides our dog, it was just going to be a lot for him to travel with the dog.
Mhm.
And I was
Mhm.
just like, I didn't have this like need. I would have loved for him to have been there when I got my pro card, of course, but we celebrated when I got home. So
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I gotcha. It's good to have a cheering section though, family
it
cheering.
is. And that's kind of why I was so excited to do this Masters Nationals with having so many of my teammates there because
Yeah.
we would have been able to cheer and having Justin there, of course, too, would have been really cool. But you know, oh well, it's okay. It is what it is. I would
Um,
love for my kids to be able to come to my show, especially my daughter. I hope that she can do that at some point.
that'd be awesome.
I think
Yeah.
she would love it too.
Yeah. Um, I was curious now, do you have any sponsors or are you interested in getting any sponsors?
Do I have any sponsors? Um, no, I don't think I do have any sponsors anymore. Um, yes, I would love sponsors. Hopefully, my Instagram, I just started like a little wellness coaching business,
Okay.
just doing lifestyle clients.
Okay.
And that's something I'm like really, really passionate and excited about. And I have a few clients and that's going really great. And I'm kind of learning and understanding them.
Okay.
But
Very cool.
I've spent more time really committing to my social media with, starting that business. And me and my fiance started a peptide company, Revival Peptides.
Okay.
So I think spending a little bit more time on social media and like really putting more effort into the quality of the content that I put out.
Mhm.
Um, I would love, I feel Elevate should give me a sponsorship because I have referred more people to them. I think I referred Tessa and Christina to them, and
Really?
they both have discount codes. Yeah.
Aha.
I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell, Elevate?
What's up with
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that
Giving
would
them a
be
lot of my money too.
nice.
Um, So that would be a cool one. Of course, like a clothing sponsorship would always be great. Who doesn't want that? Like,
Or a
but
suit sponsor too. Suits are expensive. Yeah.
yeah. Oh my God, that was the one thing. Crystal bikinis. I was supposed to do my bikini, and we started the design process, of course, and everything. So I cannot wait to be. That was honestly one of the main reasons I was holding off on pulling out of the shows because I wanted to wear her suit so bad.
Oh yeah. Oh man,
Yeah,
I'm
because I
sorry.
already, we've already started the design for it, so. I will wear that suit one day. And because
Uh-huh.
she is just like she's the best of the best. Crystal's bikinis, like I think the majority of people would agree with me on that. She's just wonderful.
No, I know she does a really good job. Yeah.
Oh, so good. And she's a badass too. You should have her on. She is
I
a girl's girl and she loves bodybuilders and she does phenomenal work for us. So
I'll have to ask her about that. That's a good
yeah,
idea. I haven't had a
yeah.
suit maker on yet, except for that's not true.
I
I
would
had
love
a suit maker competitor, Michelle or Shelley, who, but yeah, nobody who's just strictly suit makers. So that'd be kind of
I bet
cool.
she has so much tea too. Like finding out like, okay, who was like the biggest pain in like tell us your nightmare experience with making a suit. Like who
Yeah,
was the easiest to design for or like have any of them ever broken? Like I bet she has like a lot of juicy tales.
I bet. Yeah,
Hmm.
that'd be interesting. Yeah,
Yeah, I want to know who was the biggest pain in the ass was though. I don't know that she'll name names, but maybe she'll give hints.
she might. Yeah, that's true. Maybe
Yeah.
get some hints. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or like, did she ever design a suit that she absolutely hated?
Oh, yeah.
That would be a good one.
That'd be
You
kind of
know,
interesting.
like Ted,
Uh-huh.
what was like the craziest suit somebody wanted? Like, cause I've seen what was the one? There was one that I just saw. Ah, I don't know if it was supposed to look. It was the bikini was supposed to look like a tuxedo, It
Hmm.
was weird. It was so weird. I was like, why the hell would you do that? Why?
That,
But
I could
anyways,
see that looking kind of
and
weird.
then like
Yeah.
forecasting trends for next year, like that would be a good one.
I did want to give a shout out to the Bad Rap ladies because I've got my
Bad rap, they're awesome.
yeah, they're awesome, and they sponsor some of the ladies with and they sponsor some prize money for shows too. So I really like them a lot. So
They do. And they are another ones that are just like have a lot of integrity and really stand up for female bodybuilders and
they
figure
do.
athletes. So love them.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you, Angela, so much for the interview. I really appreciate it, and it was really
Yeah,
great
it was
speaking with
wonderful.
you. It was really
Yeah, it was
awesome
great.
interview.
Oh,
Thank you.
good. I'm so glad. It was great to talk with you too.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. And I'm feeling a little tired, so I think I might get this in the morning posted. So
Absolutely. Yeah, it's getting late.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, but it was awesome speaking with you, and thanks again. And I'll definitely be in touch too.
Okay, sounds great.
Keep me posted on where you compete too for your pro debut.
Absolutely will. Yep.
And
Stay tuned.
I'll be watching Muscle and Muse as well. So making sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all are doing a great job so far, I think.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. But thanks again for your time.
Okay. Have a great night.
Thank you.